Hello students, welcome to my channel. So dear students, today we are going to discuss about an important chapter, that is psychology. In this class we just discuss about some basic concept regarding psychology. तुम मैंने जानी थिबो जे साइकोलॉजी होची एमिति एक इंपोर्टेंट चैप्टर जहा कि अपकमिंग कॉन्ट्रेक्चुअल एग्जाम हो या तुमरो केवीएस हो एनवीएस हो जे कोनोसी टीचिंग प्रोफेशन रे कोनोसी जॉब करबा को हेले साइकोलॉजी, विदाउट साइकोलॉजी यू डोंट क्रैक द एंट्रेंस. सो आमे आज बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट विषय जानिबा अकॉर्डिंग टू द कॉन्ट्रेक्चुअल सिलेबस वन बाय वन आमे डिटेल मैनर रे डिस्कशन करिबा. बट टुडेस क्लास रिगार्डिंग सम बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट, बिकॉज इफ यू आर अनेबल टू नो द लेटर देन यू unable to read the book. So that before going to the broader sense, first of all we are going to discuss about some basic concept. So first concept is psychology comes from which word? Basically psychology comes from the Latin word, that is psychologia. Psychology comes from Latin word, that is psychologia. Comes from the Latin word, that is psychologia. That concept was given by Rudolf Goeckel. First of all, clear about the point, that is psychology comes from the Latin word, that is psychologia. That concept was given by Rudolf Goeckel. So next, one by one we are going to discuss about psychology. It's divided into two types. One is a human psychology, another one is child psychology, and psychology comes from two words, that is psyche and logos. But before going to that concept, first of all I want to clarify one concept. That concept is very confusing concept, not only in your minds but also each and every students, more than 90% of students confusing regarding that concept. That is, what do you mean by pedagogy and what do you mean by pedagogy? So dear students, pedagogy means science of teaching or science of teaching or method of teaching. But pedagogy is totally different term, that is study of soil. Basically some students are believing that concept, that is pedagogy, but it's a confusing chapter. We don't discuss about pedagogy because we are going to discuss about pedagogy. Pedagogy means science of teaching. And one more difference between psychology and pedagogy. Pedagogy means science of teaching, but psychology is the science of behavior. That's an important concept. Science of behavior is called psychology and science of teaching is called pedagogy. Hope you clear about the concept. Next concept is psychology comes from two words, that is psyche, another one is logos. One is psyche, another one is logos. Dear students, psyche means soul and logos means study. Psyche means soul and logos means study. So the combination of psyche and logos create the term, that is psychology. Then we are going to discuss about an important factor, important concept regarding psychology, that is schools of psychology. Schools of psychology. Before going to the schools of psychology, first we are going to discuss about some important definition regarding psychology. One more concept, remember, there will be various types of psychologists do their hand in case of psychology. They also given different types of definition regarding psychology. First of all, Aristotle given the definition, that is psychology is the study of soul. Study of soul. Psychology is the study of soul. That definition was given by Aristotle. Next, psychology is the study of mind. Psychology is the study of mind. That concept was given by the psychologist or educationist. He is none other than Pomponazzi. Then after, psychology is the study of behavior. psychology is the study of behavior. That definition was given by J.V. Watson. That definition was given by J.V. Watson. And one more definition, psychology is the study of consciousness. Psychology is the study of consciousness. That definition was given by Wilhelm Wundt. First of all, psychology is the study of soul by Aristotle. Psychology is the study of mind by Pomponazzi. Psychology is the study of behavior by J.V. Watson. If you want to know the full form of J.V., John Brodus Watson. Then after, psychology is the study of consciousness, that is Wilhelm Wundt. Now we are going to discuss about in detail manner, that is schools of psychology. That are schools of psychology. In the schools of psychology, we are going to discuss about structuralism, then after functionalism, then also we are going to discuss about humanism, cognitism, and also gestaltism. So first of all, we are going to discuss about structuralism. Schools of psychology. The first point regarding structuralism. First of all, structuralism was given by, or the father of structuralism is, that is none other than Wilhelm Wundt, is known as father of structuralism. Just we are going to discuss about some basic concept, not in broader sense, because whatever we are going to discuss in the concept, that concept will be helpful for your exam. Our aim is how to crack the entrance. Not only we want to be a psychologist, not like that. So that we are going to discuss about some important concept. That is, Wilhelm Wundt given the introspection method. Introspection method. First point says that introspection method was given by Wilhelm Wundt. And one more important concept, the father of psychology. Who is known as the father of psychology? He is none other than Wilhelm Wundt, and also he is known as the father of structuralism. So why we call the Wilhelm Wundt is the father of structuralism? Because the first psychological lab was established by Wilhelm Wundt in Germany in the year 1879. Very, very important concept. First psychological lab established by Wilhelm Wundt in Germany in the year 1879. So dear students, one more concept that is known as if the first psychological lab was established in the Germany, it is the according to the world basis. But in case of India, who was the psychologist or who was the establisher of psychological lab in India? He is none other than N.N. Sengupta. N.N. Sengupta was the psychologist who established the psychological lab in India at Kolkata in the year 1916. So this is all about the structuralism concept. Hope you clear about the structuralism concept. Then after, we are going to discuss about functionalism. We are going to discuss about functionalism. According to the schools of psychology, the second point is functionalism. So like structuralism, who is the father of functionalism or who was the key exponent of functionalism? That is none other than William James. William James was the father of functionalism. Dear students, remember one thing, that is William James is known as father of modern psychology. So first of all, father of psychology is Wilhelm Wundt, or he also established the structuralism concept. Then after we are going to discuss about functionalism. The father of functionalism is William James, and he is otherwise known as father of modern psychology. Father of modern psychology. Then William James write a book. That book is, the book's name is Principle of Psychology. Principle of Psychology book was written by William James. Next point is says that he is known as the father of functionalism. He is also known as father of modern psychology. No need to explain in detail manner regarding the functionalism. Then after we are going to discuss about psychoanalysis. Psychoanalysis father is Sigmund Freud, or who is known as the father of psychoanalysis. He is none other than Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud is known as the father of psychoanalysis theory. One more concept, dear students, you also remember Sigmund Freud is also called as the father of psychosexual theory and also psychodynamic theory. That two theories also given by the Sigmund Freud. So Sigmund Freud do their hand not only in case of psychoanalysis but also psychosexual and also psychodynamic theory was given by Sigmund Freud. Here Sigmund Freud also wrote an important book. That book name is Analysis of Dreams. Very important for your upcoming exam. Most of the time questions are coming on that section, that is regarding the particular question who wrote the book, that is Analysis of Dreams. Analysis of Dreams. That book was written by Sigmund Freud. Then after we are going to discuss about behaviorism. Just we are going to discuss about next points regarding the schools of psychology, and that point was given by the key exponent. That's enough for your upcoming exam, but basically questions are coming from structuralism and functionalism and also psychoanalysis theory. So next one is, that is behaviorism. You also know about the definition, that is psychology is the study of behavior. That definition was given by J.B. Watson. So that the father of behaviorism is also known as J.B. Watson. Behaviorism. The father of behaviorism is J.B. Watson. J.B. stands for John Brodus Watson. Next we are going to discuss about, then after we are going to discuss about Gestaltism. The father of Gestaltism is Wertheimer. But not only Wertheimer do their hand in case of Gestaltism, there are also 2 to 3 psychologists do their hand in case of Gestaltism. He is Kohler, Kafka, another one is Lewin. Kohler, Kafka and Lewin also do their hand to develop the Gestaltism concept. Then after we are coming to the section that is Cognitism. Cognitism was given by Jerome Bruner. Cognitism was given by Jerome Bruner. Then after we are going to discuss about humanism. Basically here one confusion arises in your mind, also not only in your minds but also some of the students are confusing regarding that concept. That concept is who is known as the father of humanism. Dear students, remember one thing, sometimes in some books given the data that is the father of humanism is Abraham Maslow, but in some books also written Carl Roger is known as the father of humanism, but actually concept is not like that. Concept is the Maslow's hierarchy or Maslow triangle was given by Abraham Maslow, that is also regarding the humanism concept, and sometime also Carl Roger do their hand in case of development of humanism. So remember two names, one is Maslow, another one is Roger. Both the psychologists do their hand in case of humanism. So next chapter we are going to discuss about the forces of psychology. Basically there are three forces of psychology are there. What are these three forces? The three forces of psychology are hope we are clear about the schools of psychology. Then we are going to discuss about forces of psychology. Basically there are three forces in psychology. One is behaviorism, another one is psychoanalysis, and last one is humanism. And no need to explain in detail manner because you know the father of humanism is J.B. Watson, and also the father of psychoanalysis is Sigmund Freud, and next humanism Carl Roger or Abraham Maslow. So this is all about the schools of psychology and the forces of psychology. Hope you clear about the point. Now we are going to discuss about types of psychology. Basically two types of psychologies are there. What are these? These are human psychology, another one is child psychology. Types, basically two types of psychologies are there. One is human psychology, another one is child psychology. Dear students, there are no difference between human psychology or child psychology. Partially both are equal, only a little bit different. Only a little bit different are there. That is, in case of child psychology, the first point is prenatal period. Then after infancy, then after childhood, then after adolescence. But in case of human psychology, just we add another one point. That point is known as adulthood. If we add adulthood to the child psychology, then the child psychology should be converted to human psychology. Just we add, that is fifth point. That point is known as adulthood. If we add adulthood to the child psychology, then the child psychology is converted to human psychology. Hope you clear about the concept. Like in mathematics, whenever we add 0 to the natural number, if we add 0 to the natural number, then that natural number set will be converted to whole number. Like that, remember the concept, very very important. Whenever we add adulthood in case of child psychology, that should be converted to human psychology. Now we are going to discuss about the age factors of different stages of child psychology. Only we are going to discuss about age factor. In the next class we are clearly discuss about the stages of development, and your chapter is according to the syllabus of CHT. First one is growth and development. So one by one we are clearly discuss about the chapter regarding your syllabus according to the syllabus. So just in this class we are clarify the age factor. First point is prenatal. ओडिया रे बुझिबा बोले कोन बुझिबा? प्रीनाटल मीन्स जन्मर पूर्व अवस्था मीन्स ए प्रीनाटल पीरियड स्टार्ट होई थाए प्रीनाटल पीरियड रो समय अवधि थाए 280 days 280 days and one more concept, that concept is very very important. Remember that concept. The concept is development starts from, most of the time in various types of teaching examinations that questions will be seen in your exam paper. That question is the development starts from, that answer is prenatal period. मातृ गर्भरु ही आमर विकासर आरंभ घटी थाए. सो द प्रीनाटल पीरियड इज 280 days, बट options are not given in days, options are given in week. So how many weeks? 40 weeks. 40 weeks. Let that options are not given in the day, not given in the weeks, they are given in the months. So how many months? That months are 9 months. If the options are given, that is 9 months, but exactly 9 months and 10 days. 9 months and 10 days. Hope you clear about the concept. Only we are going to discuss about the age factor. Then after infancy. Infancy is 0 to 2 year, means from the birth they continue to 2 years, that is known as infancy. Then after we are going to discuss about childhood. Childhood period is starts from 2 year and ends at 12 year. Dear students, here childhood is divided into two types. One is early childhood, another one is later childhood. ओडिया रे बुझिबा बोले कोन बुझिबा? पूर्वा बाल्यावस्था एवं उत्तरा बाल्यावस्था. So early childhood's age factor is 2 to 6 and this one is 7 to 12. Then after we are going to discuss about adulthood, adolescence. Adolescence starts from 12. Dear students, some books also given the data, that is that childhood period is 2 to 11, and also some books says 2 to 12. If the data is given like 2 to 11, then adolescence starts from 12, otherwise it starts from 13, that ever 1 to 2 years, that's not matter. Just remember this one is 2 to 12 and this is 12 to 19. After that one more stage is, that is adulthood. Not only in case of child psychology, that point in the human psychology, that is adulthood is the period that is starts from 19 and ends after the death. That means 19 वर्ष ठू मरिबा पर्यंतर समय अवधि, अर्थात whenever your life should not be end, that is 19 to end of the life, that is called as adulthood. So once again, in a very schematic manner or a diagrammatic manner, first of all we are going to discuss about psychology regarding the definitions of different psychologists. Then after we are going to discuss about two types of words clarify the psychology, then the stages of psychology. Basically there are two types of psychologies are there. One is human psychology, another one is child psychology. What are the points comes under the human psychology and what are the points comes under the child psychology, we are clearly discuss about that point. So in the next class we are going to discuss about growth and development. So be ready for that class. Dear students, if you enjoy the class, then no need to subscribe my channel and also share the videos. Hope you enjoy the class. That's all. Thanks to everyone.